We're talking with Cindy Grosz here in Los Angeles, outside Cantor's Deli. She's visiting from New York. You were involved in organizing several protest demonstrations around the Stop Iran rally last summer.
I don't like to call my events protests. I like to call them gatherings because I run peaceful events, informative events, and events that are inclusive to bring about positive changes rather than protest of violence.
Okay. Which events have you been involved in organizing?
Well, the biggest one, like as you described, because we had over 10 to 15,000 people, was the Stop Iran rally in Times Square, and the subsequent, there were several other Stop Iran events, and I myself personally ran the largest in a temple event where we had about 1,000 people with Congressman Lee Zeldin, Mort Klein of the Zionist Organizations of America, and we made it bipartisan with Assemblyman Dov Hikind. And I've also worked on educational events regarding the BDS movement, working with multiple organizations, supporting me, sponsoring the events.
You mean anti-BDS?
Anti-BDS, I'm sorry.
You're protesting their...
I am protesting the boycott, divest, and sanction movement, which really is an anti-Semitic movement.
Right.
And I've worked with people like Yifah Segal, who is the legal director of the International Legal Forum, and multiple other organizations have asked me to participate in their work. I've done work with involving the United Nations and their anti-Semitic, anti-bias resolutions, and I've spoken in front of the UN, and I've been a participant in United Nations event. In fact, I will be at the end of March at another event. And
how about any pro-Trump rallies?
I was the organizer of the first pro-Trump, since he was elected president, rally in New York. And that was just a couple of weeks ago on a Sunday, and I'm proud to say that it was the first event that we had more pro-Trump people participating rather than anti-Trump. We were several hundred. There were maybe about 25 to 30 people anti-Trump. It was also covered by Fox News, MSNBC, Breitbart covered it, the Associated Press covered it. It went into international papers and through various organizations. And even though some of the news was not 100% accurate, because like Fox News came when it was over, so they only said we had about 75 people, the fact that they actually took the press release seriously and sent reporters, sent crews, had people discuss this, and subsequent rallies, including one today in New York City, have been taking place and are being planned. And I have been asked to lead national gatherings in support of our president, in support of our constitutional values, in support of a strong U.S. United States relationship with Israel, and to recognize that our president was elected fairly through an electoral college, and despite everything going on, that for 8 years, I do not agree, and many of the people who support me do not agree with the policies of an Obama administration, with what Hillary Clinton did and John Kerry did as Secretary of State. But we did something that is not going on right now. We showed respect. We did not have abusive type of protest. We do not have marches where children are wearing masks and holding posters with vulgarity. We are not going into situations such as going to a movie or reading a book or telling people how to act and behave and making people feel bad because they did the right thing. They were using their right to vote and to voice their choice for Donald J. Trump, and Mike Pence is his vice president.
There was a demonstration a week ago where leftist rabbis, they demonstrated with the intent to get arrested. But it would seem like Donald Trump is a far better president for Israel than Hillary Clinton would have been. What's with these liberal Jews?
I can't speak for them because I'm not one of them. But I can honestly say that I know from firsthand experiences with acquaintances and friends and people who are in my neighborhood and even coming out here and meeting people. Very few people actually know fact. They don't take the time to delve into fact. And what I tell people in whatever situation they are in is to educate themselves. Use more than one source. Find out where that source is getting the information from, and follow money trails, because money has a big part of this. For example, people hear J Street and they think, oh, it's a Jewish organization, or even things sometimes that the ADL says and does. But the reality is the people that are working with them are people that have an intention to destroy Israel and destroy American Jewish values. So it's very important to really find out accurate details.